If the global currency crisis unfolds, then inevitably you get, I guess, an alignment under a global world government, a new global currency, and a new world order.
That's not good. The guest just said that the dollar would collapse and replaced with some sort of global currency. I mean, have you checked the front page of the Drudge Report today? China is saying, hey, America, you really might want to rethink that whole healthcare thing. It seems pretty expensive. That is our bank. That's like your bank calling up and saying, hey, by the way, I think you guys are spending too much money. That's a pretty big house. If this bank doesn't give us any more loan, or if we burn this bank, there's nobody left. A one world government, a new world order, and the host doesn't even flinch. Apparently that's not even shocking to anybody anymore. Or they're not listening. On the scales of insane things, I just want to show you what we skipped past. Ready? Look at this. Put it up here. We're in a recession now. People argued we were even in a recession. We're in a deep recession. I think we're on the edge of a depression because of what we're doing. Okay, so we have skipped a deep recession and skipped depression, even the Great Depression. We went right to the collapse of the dollar. Then he went right to global currency, one world government, and a new world order like that. Gosh, I think I would have said, you know, as the host, what did you just say? I invited, and because they're not going to do it on CNBC, I thought I would invite Damon Vickers, Managing Director of 9 Points Capital Partners, onto the program. Damon, what did you just say?
Glenn.
What did you say?
Well, you know, the trends that are in place are disturbing. I mean, you make great points. I mean, it's we have a momentum, and the momentum is the weak dollar. It's something that the current administration is in favor of. Printing money is also something that they're in favor, because nobody wants to face the consequences of not having to live indulgently. Okay. And not only Americans, but also the government as well.
Okay, this is let's get this out of money talk, because this isn't CNBC. Thank you, Jesus.
Where's Maria?
Yeah. Let's bring this down to everybody's level of understanding. What is happening here is the government is blaming us and saying that we won't live within our means as a society, but they're just promising us this stuff and telling us, no. First, during the Bush years, they don't have to worry about the debt. Yes, you do. Now they're saying we should worry about the debt, but oh no, we're not even close. I look at the Drudge Report. I look at the websites of financial. I read Bloomberg. I read the Financial Times. You can't tell me there isn't signal after signal after signal. Last I saw was from China on the health care. Japan said we used to be a country of innovators. Now we're just a protection. I mean, how come it's only you saying these things?
Well, I'm not beholden to an investment banking firm that has the honored position of distributing government paper. So, and in terms that everybody can understand, when we look at the Goldman Sachs's and the J.P. Morgans that were the recipient of so much financial love, they distribute government paper. They distribute the debt to the planet. So, of course, we had to keep those interests in check. We've got serious problems. I mean, the debt is a problem. It doesn't seem to be a problem to Bernanke. I mean, notice his comments yesterday that he's happy to see the dollar weak, and they're not all that concerned. The problem, as we see it, is that there are huge disparities in the cost of production for American goods versus the cost of production in a Bangladesh or an India or Vietnam. These people make money. They get paid what? Some of them what? 70 cents, $1 a day, right. 20 cents an hour. I mean, incredible wages. These are our servants, really, that are just living outside of the country. Yet we also, domestically, have to employ people to produce things, because not everybody can appear on the Glenn Beck show. I mean, people in Ohio and Michigan actually need to do something. A lot of it involves labor.
Right. But hang on just a second. But what everybody is saying now, and this is what global labor is doing, is they're saying that we're going to be able to bring the world up to our standard. No, they're not. They're not. That's not possible. What we are doing right now is we are spending ourselves into oblivion. It is the. Are you familiar with the Cloward-Piven strategy?
No. Sounds great.
You know what? No, it doesn't. You got to look this up, because you would understand this. Look up Cloward-Piven, the Cloward-Piven strategy. It's a radical Marxist idea that came out of Columbia University, and I'm telling you, Damon, it's being employed right now. And the idea is, you want to change the culture in America? You want to change the government? You want to overthrow the Constitution? You don't do it with guns. You don't do anything like that. If you want a redistribution of wealth, what you do is you collapse the system, and then it has to restart. Well, that's what's happening.
But
they're overwhelming it.
I know there are a lot of conspiracy theories out there, and I had the benefit of doing the Alex Jones show last night, and I heard a couple of them, and I'm not disputing that many of them may be actually true, but market forces are likely to take...
You don't need a conspiracy theory.
Yeah, but market forces are likely to take us there anyway. The dollar is way too high, and other currencies are way too low. So what you're likely to see is a realignment of currencies. We obviously cannot
say this in terms that people understand. A realignment of currencies doesn't mean anything. What it does mean is you're going to live closer to the standard of Mexico than you are of America when they realign the currencies.
Yes,
correct?
That would be accurate. Our debts are simply too huge. There is no possible way that our labor forces can compete globally on a production cost basis. If you or I, Glenn, were to come up with a brilliant idea, an aha, I've got something, something Billy Mays might be proud of, maybe we would elect to make it here, but most people don't. When they come up with those great ideas, they're electing to immediately make those things in the Philippines or Bangladesh or Mexico. That didn't happen in the past. In the past, we at least had a 10, 15, 20-year period where we created employment in this country. As of this moment, if great new technologies come along that innovate society, like the arrival of the railroads, or that really create an adoption cycle, an investment cycle, a bull market, and an economic expansion, those things that we're all talking about, they're not likely to land on these shores. The benefits are likely to be made overseas in emerging markets.
Right.
Beyond that, we don't have anything to export. We don't have oil. We are net consumers and net importers of our food. We don't have anything to export. We export promises and debt, and inevitably those two roads shall meet. And with the weakness in the dollar on a daily basis and the breakout in gold, it may be that we're moving towards it now.